driving down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me. I'm driving down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
Hi guys, Vince the Hat Man. Today we're at Knott's Berry Farm and we're at Rufus's tree. And if you don't know Rufus, he was a chicken mascot, a rooster, excuse me. We've seen him for at least 8 years. We think it might be 10, and I'm not sure about that, but we've seen him at least 8 years personally, and we kind of fell in love with this rooster. So I'm Vince the Hat Man. I run a YouTube page, Vince the Hat Man. I own a hat company, that's why. I have a few Facebook pages too. One is Rufus, the Regal Rooster of Knotts. The Rooster of Knotts, not the Regal Rooster, the Rooster of Knotts. And Knott's Then and Now. And I run Knott's Then and Now with Julie, and who's here, and Janice, who I'll show you in a minute. And there's also 2 other pages, and one is Rufus, Knott's Berry Farm Rufus, which has the coolest picture. Whoever put it in Rufus on the Sky Tower, by the way. I don't know who did that, but that was really cool.
That was good.
And then there's Rufus, the Regal Rooster. So and there's a few other Rufus pages, but anyway, we had, every time we'd come, we'd look for Rufus, whether it was on the grass or when we left at night to the tree. And last Sunday was the first day that we came out and didn't see Rufus. And I always said to Julie, if he's not in his tree when we come out at night, then something's happened. And we saw him Thursday. Sunday he wasn't here. We were very concerned. We started posting, and our friend Doug Reeder, or he and his friend, what's her name, Jewel?
Heather.
Heather. She goes by Heather what, though?
Heather Marie.
Heather Marie. Sorry, Heather. I can't believe I forgot your name. Heather Marie and Doug. We met them Sunday, a week later, trying to find out what had happened to Rufus. Or not, 3 days later. Was it 3 days later?
Right, 3 days.
So no one had seen him. Doug hadn't seen him for a couple nights. There was all kinds of posts on the pages. We were posting too, trying to figure out what happened to him. So I put an SOS out, basically, and said, we don't know what happened. We were told by some employees that he was hit by a car and he was taken by Sika, which is the local animal shelter. We were told by others that possibly whoever took Ginger, one of his girlfriends who was sick, took him. We don't know the truth, but that's not really what this video is about. It's just about to tell you guys that Rufus is missing. We sure hope he's alive. That rooster was loved by a lot of people. The pandemic, it was really important to a lot of people. And the first time that we really got to know Rufus was about 8 or 9 years ago. We had taken Julie's mom here and dropped her off, and she was on a bench, and Rufus was sitting next to her. And when we came back, she said, "There's this rooster here who won't go away." I said, "Oh, that's Rufus." So we've always looked for him. Our friend Randy Montgomery just did a tribute video to him too. So this is my tribute to Rufus. Rufus, thanks for just your life, and you brought a little love to the farm, to people, and especially to me and to Julie and to many other people. And this was his tree. And to not see him in this tree is really rough on us. We knew the day would come, but hopefully he's alive. So this is my tribute to Rufus, just to say thank you. I'm going to have a lot of pictures and videos I'm going to post with this, but I wanted to come to the tree on a Sunday night, which we usually come to, and just say, Rufus, we miss you. And we sincerely hope that you are alive. And to all the people who don't understand this, why we love a rooster. I grew up at Knott's Berry Farm. I worked at Knott's Berry Farm in the 80s. There was chickens everywhere here. And during the pandemic especially, I think we needed hope. And Rufus and the girls, his two girlfriends, Ginger and Gina, walking around, they would be in the bakery, they'd be everywhere. People came to see him, to feed him. They loved him. It gave us some hope. So, and we need hope. So, anyway, sorry I'm getting emotional, but I kind of love that rooster for some weird reason. I just can't imagine not seeing him. So thanks for following along in this video today. I'm going to talk to a few people who are here who love Rufus too. And if you loved Rufus, please spread the word that there was a rooster here who was loved and who was a mascot for a decade. Think about that, a decade he was here. And people would see him and he was really loved. So thanks for watching. I'm going to turn it over to a few other people who are going to talk, but I appreciate it very much. And follow our channel if you don't. It's Vince the Hat Man, but that's not what this is about. This is about a day just to give my feelings of Rufus, and I hope I was able to articulate it. The bottom line is I just love the rooster. A lot of people did. He was part of the charm of Knott's, and he's got to be missed. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll continue on. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hanging right there.
Oh, don't get the spider. Oh.
Holy moly, that's a spider.
Okay, let's move over.
I hope you didn't get that on video.
No, I didn't. You're on video right now.
Hey.
So there's a spider hanging over here. A huge spider.
Wow.
He misses Rufus, apparently. So, yeah, let's see if I can see him. Hey, dude. I don't want to get too close to him, but there he is. I see him. He's moving down. Okay. Well, he misses Rufus too. So Julie, you don't know who Julie is? Julie is my partner, and we started this YouTube page together about a year and a half ago during the pandemic, and she loved Rufus too. So Julie, what do you want to say about Rufus?
You know, you introduced me to Rufus years and years ago when we used to come here with my mom and we first started coming, and I just always saw Rufus, and at the time Gina and Ginger just all together. Always throughout the bakery or the walkways, we've always
not like 8 years ago though. It was just Rufus.
No, it might have just been Rufus, and I think Ginger and Gina came later.
Yeah, they did.
But I just loved when they all were together.
Yeah.
But Rufus, we look for all the time. We look for him in his tree. We look for him over when you first come in, when you pull in the parking.
And this is Rufus's tree, right behind Peanut's headquarters. That's where he slept every night, and Yeah. So
But
when they put these new bright lights in, Rufus didn't like them.
He did not like them. But I really just have a love for Rufus, like so many of us do. And I really hope that, I know right now everything is not confirmed. Some say that he's at a vet recovering. We don't know, but I hope he comes back. But he doesn't, we're gonna have lots of memories, and I'll think of him often. Everywhere you look,
There's roosters all over this
There's
place, by the
roosters
way.
everywhere,
We just were in the
so-
berry market. There's roosters
Right.
everywhere there.
It's gonna be so hard to
yes.
not see Rufus when we come here.
Yep.
But love you, Rufus.
Okay. Thanks, Julie. And also our friend Janice came just to say hi to us. Hi, Janice. She has a great Knott's Berry Farm page too, YouTube channel. So it's her name, Janice Yamanaka, and she came just to support us because she knows we love Rufus. So thank you for coming, Janice. And thank you for coming, Lucy. And thank you for coming, Rebecca, right?
Yes.
And thank you for coming, Rebecca. And Rufus, I hope we see you back in this tree. And if you do come back, we're going to fight with Knotts and say, you got to change these lights. So at least one of them, maybe that one. So anyway, all right, guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching this video today of Rufus. And hold on, I'm going to turn the camera around real quick. Here comes Doug. Hey! All right, before we're just saying goodbye, here comes Doug and Heather, who, watch out for that spider there. How you guys doing? We're just wrapping up the video, but do you want to say a couple words, Doug? I know, we already all cried, so you can tear up a little. We're showing his branch and everything else. So those of you who don't know, this is Doug. Doug, how do you say your last name? Reeder? Reeder. Doug Reeder, who has a page that Lucy is the admin to. So, and yes, and she brought, yeah. So again, this is where Rufus used to sleep. Like, this is the branch right there. If you can see it, I'm going to zoom in on it. And the times when there was 3 roosters here were even better. But all right, follow along for the end of this video. Okay, guys, we're back at Rufus's tree here, and we met Lucy, and Lucy's one of the admins for what's the page?
Knott's Berry Farm Rufus.
Knott's Berry Farm Rufus. And look who she brought here. She brought a little Rufus.
A little Rufus.
And even on their page, Knotts talks about Rufus and says our iconic rooster friend Rufus, which is interesting because when we called several times, they said, well, we don't have anything affiliation with him. He's a wild animal, but they sell things with Rufus and everything else. So Lucy, kind of tell us just in your words, what kind of made you get into this page with Doug and why you loved Rufus like me and Julie.
I happened to find it one day. He had just started in May of 2020. And I just joined right away because I fell in love with Rufus during the pandemic. We had come here to have chicken and enjoy the weekend and couldn't go to Knott's because it wasn't open.
That's right, it wasn't.
But we went in and we sat down at the benches every chance we could get, and Rufus was always there.
And the girls probably too, right?
Well, Rufus
most of the
is
time.
The one I saw mostly.
Okay, yeah.
And we would just call him, and he knows his name.
He did know his name.
He knows his name, and we would talk to him. And one time I made don't tell anybody. I made the mistake of giving him Snoopy cookies.
Uh-oh.
Which he loved.
Uh-oh.
He just loved, but I never did that again.
You know, he loved grapes too, by the way.
Yeah, grapes and Snoopy cookies.
Grapes and Snoopy cookies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he loved those cookies. But I only did that once.
Okay.
So that's not good.
Okay.
But anyway, he was a great rooster, and I don't know. Like today, I came and I didn't have any more anticipation on seeing Rufus because I knew he wasn't going to be here, and that was very hard. And I kind of didn't want to come, but my daughter brought me, and I came. And
Well, thank you for coming. Because
I wanted to be here.
it was the same, we were driving in and I'm looking to the left because we always looked for Rufus when we came in. And I'm like, Julie, do you see him? Do you see him? That was our thing. Do you see Rufus?
I
And
look
then
right away for
we
him.
always looked, and
I search
people would
everywhere.
honk at us because we were going too slow, apparently, because we'd look for Rufus, but because we loved him, didn't want him to get hit.
Well, we used to go. We come from the parking lot side,
Right,
and he's usually there
right,
picking at things,
yes,
and so that's where we look first.
okay.
And then as we come in walking, she rolls me in, of course, but we look for him everywhere.
I
under
know.
the bushes and everywhere.
I think that's the saddest part now is we're not going to be able to look for Rufus because all of us would look for
I
Rufus.
even did it today. I looked.
So did we. And when we'd come out at night, no matter what time it was, we would come by this parking lot and make sure he was in his tree. And that Sunday, is it 2 weeks ago now? I don't know, time, a week ago? I don't remember. Time has kind of gone away from, I think it was a week ago.
It was a week
Yeah,
ago.
a week ago Sunday, he was
Sunday.
not in his tree. And then
Yeah.
we both freaked out, like, because I always said to Julie, if he's not in his tree, and we went through every tree, got eaten up by mosquitoes, by the way, on the grass, because I was up looking in trees. I ended up like 100 mosquito bites, and because I loved Rufus so much, and I had to find him. So, well, Lucy, thank you for coming. Thank you for talking about Rufus for a
Thank
minute.
you.
And I love this little Rufus that you have, that you're holding him. And, every living creature deserves love and respect, no matter what it is. So
He's my little Knott's Berry farm pet.
he was, and long before Cedar Fair owned Knott's, the Knott's family owned it, and they cared about the animals here. So anyway, okay, Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm driving down an empty freeway. No waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise.